When Joanne moved to Cape Coral in the early 2000s, she quickly realized there was no animal shelter.
The animal shelter is really important to the Cape Coral community because we are the first and the only, and we are bringing in a lot of pets that would otherwise be euthanized. And we pretty much bring them into the shelter. We train them just a little bit. We clean them up. We make sure that they're medically well. Then we find a loving family for them. It's very important to have this because otherwise we'd be overrun with animals.
Billy was one of those animals. He was found malnourished and had scars covering his body.
Then I met Billy and started hanging out with Billy. I was told I only had about 15-ish minutes to hang out with him. 15 turned into 20, 20 turned into 35, and 35 turned into I'm taking him home.
Some of Billy's favorite activities include going for car rides, eating ice cream, and going on walks.
It was kind of a tearful adoption because everyone was really, they really loved Billy. But when they found out, hey, I'm not that bad, they were quite happy.
Christopher Bear explains why getting Billy from the Cape Coral Animal Shelter was so important to him.
I really liked their mission statement and what they were going for and the goal and how much they actually want to help the community of animals that are being neglected. They don't say no. From what I saw, they don't say no. They say, how can we make this work? How can we get this done?
The Cape Coral Animal Shelter also offers a full-service veterinary clinic.
Our medical facility is through the roof, bar none. It's just wonderful.
This state-of-the-art facility keeps the prices low enough so all of the animals in the community can get vet care.
Cost of veterinary care is extremely expensive. A lot of people, they want pets, but they can't afford the just routine vaccinations, and having something like this in the community, it allows for pets in the shelter to be able to get adopted because owners are able to have a more financial way of keeping up with their health.
And customers keep coming back because
the price is low, it's not that expensive, and they're also friendly.
Besides veterinary clinics, the shelter offers other amazing programs. Like Deputy Scott Dunn gives dog training lessons and yoga at the shelter.
I think people really enjoy being outdoors, doing exercise like yoga. We get to listen to the dogs sometimes. We get to watch a lot of dogs coming by on their walks. The shelter provides tours for people that are new. So if they've never seen this great shelter and the state-of-the-art work that is done here, they have an opportunity to take a tour, which is supporting the shelter even more.
The volunteers are what makes the shelter run so smoothly.
If it wasn't for the volunteers, we would have never been able to start the Cape Coral Animal Shelter. They believed when there was absolutely no building, just a thought, just a prayer, just trying to figure it out. And those volunteers have stuck with us and continue to work with us to this day. And they contribute not only their financial means, but they also contribute their time. And we clearly, it took a village. And I have to say the people of Cape Coral were phenomenal.
The people that volunteer need this just as much as the animals.
I feel great. It's like having a B12 shot. It's just great. It is actually therapy for my wife and I both. So when you do it, you're not only doing it for the kittens or the cats or these dogs, but you're doing it for the animals that are in here that need the attention and all the love and care.
Some just volunteer out of love.
I personally love animals more than people, so it's very rewarding for me to have an animal come in. Some of them can come in pretty poor condition. It's incredibly rewarding to have a dog or cat, any animal come in that needs our help, and we get them on the right road and place them in loving families.
Chris Stapleton says she's just part of the solution.
I'm just a piece in the pipeline of getting that animal to that place, but to see the community come together and everybody contribute to the progress and the success of that animal.
The Cape Coral Animal Shelter is a community-run nonprofit, and they need community support.
We rely heavily on donations, and we rely heavily when people even make us part of their legacy. It's a really important thing for a nonprofit like the Animal Shelter.
The first year has been busy, and the shelter has already outgrown the first facility.
We have always planned 3 phases of the animal shelter. We're going to be starting phase number 2 within the next 2 years. Phase 2 of the animal shelter will allow us to have more cats, dogs, and also expand our medical. So that's the most important. We have a lot of people here in the Cape and all throughout South Florida, all throughout the United States that are living on a fixed income. And this will enable us to help them because we will offer low-cost medical.
But none of this can be done without your support.
The Cape Coral community has been phenomenal. They supported us financially, they supported us emotionally, they supported us with coming and actually working at the shelter. So it's been a win-win for all of us.
That's the exact message Wayne Zielinski wants the community to know.
It sure would be great that people donate food, money, anything they could if they can't come in here, because it's very important. These shelters don't get paid from the state all the time or anything, so it's all donations.
And don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Twitter so you can find out how you can help.